right? And I told you I had like an 87, 88. I remember I ain't had my A yet. I did end up getting one, but this is like the extra shit I had to do to get my A, right? And this is why they had an A and I didn't, because this was my first time at tutoring. I started going, right? Now listen, you in this environment with these people that's doing better than you, right? Now this, people call it, let's talk about imposter syndrome. People feel embarrassed sometimes when they're around that can shit on them. But that's really where you want to be, bro. Now you shouldn't separate so far that you can't hang around with average people, right? And the key word is can't. Not that you don't, but that you can't. Like you just are unrelatable in every way. It might get like that, but you still have social skills enough to say, hey, how you doing? And greet your mom and hug your uncle and whatever you do, right? So you can, but you just don't hang around like whatever people, right? I'm around students that got all these higher grades than me, or I'm around these people that got all this money, more money than me, more experience or whatever, right? I start to pick up on what they do and how they think. The opposite is true. If I'm making more money than everybody I'm around, they have habits, their level of financial education, at their level of income. People who have a lot of money don't, or people that are better than you don't. Habits. Habits are things you do so consistently, right, that they just become normal to you. And habits, a day of habits don't make a difference. A week of habits, a month, a month, 6 months, a year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. That's what makes the difference. So you pick up on these fucking habits, right? And that you take that shit with you day by day, day by day, day by day. Again, like I said, y'all path just start splitting. So y'all went from being this close to y'all shit like this. They can't even look you in the eye no more. You on another planet, my nigga. Like you just in a different space in life, mentally. Y'all face to face, but you in another planet for real. To the moon, to Saturn, and we live in this. Come on, man. You just in a whole nother space, bro. You think differently. You see the world differently. You act differently. Your habits is completely differently. So as you start to move, you making real money. You gotta play defense, right? Dazino, I appreciate the 20 months. Appreciate the 20 months, brother. We ain't even talk about offense. I'm giving y'all defense. And defense is that you don't fumble the fucking bag. So you can fumble the bag, not thinking ahead. I'm breaking down all the shit that I gave you. You can fumble the bag, not thinking ahead. You can fumble the bag, not moving how you should move and being where you should be, right? You could fumble the bag. What's the other thing I talked about is that not only that people don't think ahead, people aim too low, people don't move how they should move. And like I said, keep in mind, trying to look like some real shit. Trying to look like some bullshit or be impressive instead of doing some real shit. And this is now we got past the defense. The reason I got past defense first is because if you can't make more money than you're making, the least you could do is pay in the bag, right? Like if you don't know how to double, quadruple, 5x, 10x your money yet, don't fumble the bag you got. At least don't fucking do that, right? Trade New, I appreciate the 3 months, man. Because if you fumble the bag you got, how the fuck you gonna get a bigger one anyway? If you fumble the bag you got right now, if you fumble the little bit of flame that you got, how the fuck you supposed to make a bigger fire? How? It just don't work like that, bro. So, Trade New, I appreciate the 3 months. Now listen. Defense is so important early on. Look at it like a flame, chat. If I got like a little ass lighter, right? I got a little ass lighter. I could just blow that shit out like this. It's a little ass candle. I could just, that shit already gone. That's when you in your early stages of changing your life and separating yourself from everybody and working towards your goal. You a little ass flame. Now let's look at a little ass candle to a forest fire. You could, no matter how hard you blow in that motherfucker, pause. No matter how hard any wind blowing at a forest fire, it's not just shutting out. So that's why defense is so important early on, because you gotta protect your flame, my nigga. You gotta let the flame like some more. Like you gotta protect your flame. So you too vulnerable to, hey bro, you trying to slide on this 3-man? You too vulnerable to, oh bro, let's go out to this joint today. Like let's do. You can't afford mistake. I'm just being real with you. You cannot afford bullshit. Like I can afford some bullshit. I could end stream right now, go outside, and my bank account still look good. I ain't hurting on that. I can still pay my rent. I didn't go live. I didn't drop no videos for a whole month. And I could have kept extending my shit. I could have been on a break for 6 months. And not been like, damn, like, fuck, YouTube went there. I wouldn't have had to panic. But guess what? The funny part is, people at the top who don't need to work as hard work harder than people who need to work hard. I don't know why it just blows my mind when you start to notice that too. But listen, now we can talk about offense. So you getting real money, right? You got the defense down. You're not influenced. You're not trying to impress nobody. You got good influences and mentors around you. You always learning. You on your P's and your Q's. You sharp as a fucking blade, right? The offense coming now. Now you got new goals. You got new targets. You're not getting complacent. You're always looking forward instead of looking back. You're not dwelling on the past. Oh my God, she broke my heart when I was in 8th grade. And oh my God, I fumbled that bag last year. No, you focus your eyes on the fucking prize, my nigga. You're focused. You only thinking about what you want. You only going for what you want on any level of your life. It's like a one-way track of thinking. It's no room for that type of bullshit. Why? Because this is not the kind of shit that has produced results in your life. Being a motherfucking go-getter, being consistent, being focused has produced results in your life. See, you start to notice that a little bit more when you get ahead of yourself. When you like, damn, like, this shit make a difference. So I see that it's worth it. Like, I see that this kind of shit is like, it worth it. It makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that too early on because you just not appreciating where it's going to get you in life. You start playing offense, right? So you start to say, well, one thing about success is that, and I can give y'all examples. I thought about this with content. And the reason why you can't just look at my content and be like, oh, dating coach. You'll find life advice there. You'll find reactions. You'll find vlogs. You'll find fucking gaming video channels on content and shit. You'll find like anything. Any fucking thing. Why? Because I've diversified my value. I've spread myself out. Now, it's not spreading yourself thin, right? Because all of this is still within the realm of content. It's not like I'm trying to go to the NFL at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even then, you got some YouTubers who do that, who got vlog their college life. So I'm not saying it's not possible. The point I'm making is I'm looking at myself and the value I provide, and the value which produces value in my life, whether it be money, whether it be financial freedom, whether it be status that I use for certain things, etc. And I'm looking at what creates that. And I'm looking at, a lot of times, sometimes people become a one-trick pony. Just look at it like this. If your table got one leg and my table got 4 legs, who table gonna fall over first? You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do this one thing to stay on. I don't need to only create this type of content, and other shit can produce views. I can do a blind date. I can do an IRL, but and it still can get views.